Hello, my name is Keshwani. That's Keshwani, Keshwani. We are here because we want to learn algebra. Today is our day number 46, lesson number 46. The problem is already on the blackboard. We are right now in the process of learning how to add and subtract algebraic expressions. In the first 20 days we learned how to evaluate algebraic expressions. Now we are learning how to add and subtract algebraic expressions. We have 5 more days to go. Today is day number 46. We're given 2 expressions here. The first top expression is 1/3 minus x squared minus 2/3 y squared. We are asked to subtract that expression from 1/4 x squared minus 2/5 y squared. Now, as I always remind you, when we are asked to subtract, if you are asked to subtract, let's say for example 7 from 10, if you are asked to subtract 7 from 10, even though 10 appears towards the end of the sentence, still we know the 10 has to go on the top and then the 7. The quantity that we are subtracting from has to go on the top, and the quantity that is being subtracted has to go on the bottom, even though it is mentioned first. The same exact logic applies when you deal with algebraic expressions, because algebraic expressions are nothing more than numerical quantities. If we knew the value of x and if we knew the value of the y, we will actually come up with a numerical value for the first expression, which is what we did in the first 20 days, learning how to evaluate algebraic expressions. If we knew the value of x and y, this expression has a value. It's a numerical value, and therefore we are simply asked to subtract one number from the other number, which is same logic would apply. We'll put the number that we are subtracting from on the top. The quantity that we are subtracting from is this bottom quantity here, the bottom expression, this expression right here, which is 1/4 x squared minus 2/5 y squared. And the quantity that is being subtracted has to go on the bottom. 1/3 x squared minus 2/3 y squared. This has a plus sign in front of it, this has a plus sign in front of it. Now let's see what happens here. I need the room, so I'm going to erase the top part to continue. I don't want to continue the bottom here. So we already set it up. I need the room, so I'm going to erase this part now. So now all we have to do is take our 1/4 and subtract from it the positive 1/3. This is positive 1/4 right here. This positive 1/4, and subtract from it this positive 1/3. In other words, all we have to do now is subtract the coefficient of x squared and subtract the coefficient of y squared, because they already lined up in the proper way. All the like terms are lined up properly. Y squared is underneath y squared, x squared is underneath x squared. So we have the like terms all put together. All we have to do is subtract the coefficient of this bottom one from the coefficient of the top one. 1/4 minus 1/3. Watch what happens. As we open the parenthesis, we have 1/4, and then this negative sign on the outside times the positive becomes negative. In other words, this positive 1/3 became negative 1/3, which is what we have to show here. If we're going to do this method, let me erase the parenthesis, because the parentheses don't have any meaning. I was just doing it for you to see the coefficients. Let's erase the there we go. So now what we have to do is, see, positive 1/3 became negative 1/3, so that's what we have to show here. This positive will become negative. And we just have to figure it out what that is. It has a denominator of 4, this one has a denominator of 3. We have to find the common denominator. The common denominator here would be 12. How do we convert this 4 into 12? By multiplying the top and the bottom of this fraction by 3. How do we convert this 3 into a 4? By multiplying the top and bottom of this quantity by 4. So if you have a 1/3, and you multiply the top and the bottom by 4, you're basically multiplying 1/3. Basically multiplying 1/3 by 1. If you multiply any quantity by 1, it doesn't change the value of the quantity. It's still 1/3. This is 1. 4 over 4 is 1. It is 1 incognito, in disguise. Incognito. If you want to learn this word, incognito, just type in Keshwani Prep -vocab -day 42 and you will learn this word. Just like this video that you're watching on algebra, I have videos on geometry if you want to learn geometry, and I have videos on vocabulary if you're preparing for, if you're planning to sit in the near future for SAT, GRE, GMAT or TOEFL. These are excellent vocabulary words that you should know in order to improve your score in the exams. That is the most important ingredient in the English portion of the exam, having a decent vocabulary. So I have videos put together. I have put together videos for vocabulary, and the word incognito appears on day number 42. Like I said, just type in Keshwani Prep -vocab -day 46, that tag, and it will appear. Anyway, so it is 1. So now that we have the common denominator of 12, we simply have to take care of it. 3 times 1 is 1. Sorry, 3 times 1 is 3, not 1. 3 times 1 is 3, and 1 times 4 is 4, so it is negative 112. There you go, that's your answer. In other words, 1/4 minus a third is negative 112 x squared. Now we have to find the difference in the coefficient of the y squared. So let's do that again on the top. Same exact thing. We're going to do it for the y squared now. So here we have negative 2/5 minus the negative 2/3. As we open the parentheses, the negative 2/5 remains negative 2/5. But what happens here? As you open the parentheses, this negative times the negative becomes positive. It becomes positive 2/3. This negative here that we had, this negative that we had in front of the 2/3 becomes positive, which is what we have to show here. Which is what we have to show here in this method. The negative will become positive. That's it. Now we again simply have to add up the coefficient. This is 2/5, this is 2/3. What is the common denominator? The common denominator is 15. How do we convert this into 15? By multiplying the top and the bottom by. Let me erase this part here, we don't need it anymore. How do we convert this into 15? By multiplying the top and the bottom by 3. How do we convert this guy into 15? By multiplying the top and the bottom by 5. There you go. So now this is 15, this is 15. We have a common denominator of 15. 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. 2 times 5 is 10, positive 10. And therefore the answer is positive 415. Positive 415. Y squared. And that's it, that's your answer. So that was the coefficient of y squared. And that's it, that's all. Now, on the method, instead of doing it this method, on the method that we could have shown, a little bit more grown-up method, would be something like this. Watch what happens. You take your expression here, 1/4 x squared minus 2/5 y squared, and from it we subtract 1/3 x squared plus, rather minus 2/3 y squared. We open the parentheses, this thing comes down simply, 1/4 x squared minus 2/5 y squared, and now negative times positive is negative. Negative 1/3 x squared, and this negative times this negative will become positive. There you go. That's it. I'm going to put these arrows in the second arrow in the red marker so you can see it. Right here. This negative times negative became positive, which is what we're showing here. This negative, this times negative 2/3 becomes, this negative converts into positive. And this positive becomes negative, which is what we're showing here in this method. So the two different methods do the same exact thing. Now at this point, all we have to do is combine our x squared, positive 1/4 x squared, and a negative 1/3 x squared is going to give us the negative 112. x squared, and combine the y squared. The negative 2/5 y squared and a positive 2/3 y squared is going to give us our 4/15 y squared. That's it. So either way, we're going to get the same answer if you do it this way, or you can do it this way. In this method, you have to remember that the quantity that's being subtracted has to go in the bottom, the quantity that where we're subtracting from has to go on the top, and then after that, you have to make sure that your like terms are lined up properly. And the third thing you have to remember is to immediately convert all the signs in the bottom expressions, flip all the signs in the bottom expressions. Positive becomes negative, negative becomes positive. And after that, you simply add up the coefficient, that's it. That was the end of our lesson for today. I will see you on day number 46 tomorrow with a new problem. Okay? We have 4 more days to go, 46, 47, 48. 46 is already done. We have 4 more days to go, 47, 48, 49 and 50. And then we'll move on to the new topic where we're going to learn how to multiply and divide algebraic expressions. Right now we're learning how to add and subtract algebraic expressions. Once we have mastered how to multiply and divide algebraic expressions, then we can move on to the real algebra where we start dealing with the linear equations and the word problems. Alright? I'll see you tomorrow.